Now at 10, the state of Kansas debates decriminalizing fentanyl test strips. We'll hear from a local sheriff on the potential impact. Plus, Joplin residents will have their voices heard at a public input session on how the historic Union Depot building could be saved. And a Southeast Kansas group announces plans to create a new state park.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Fentanyl test strips are currently illegal to use in Kansas, but Governor Kelly says the use of the strips could save lives. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The strips detect whether a drug contains the opioid fentanyl, which can be deadly, even in small doses. The Cherokee County Sheriff says there are arguments on both sides about legalizing these strips. While people should never use illegal substances, the strips can spot deadly fentanyl.
Say with fraudulent prescription drugs is you don't always know the amount of fentanyl that may be in them because they're not those pills are not manufactured in a laboratory. They're manufactured in a clandestine lab, and so one pill may contain no fentanyl and the next one contain a deadly amount.
Grove says law enforcement officers in the region carry Narcan, a nasal spray to treat opioid overdoses. That's because in many cases they arrive on medical emergency scenes before an ambulance does. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy now has a first look at the weather.
Well, it definitely kind of turned out to be a dreary day for us today. Clouds all day long. We had a few rain and snow showers early this morning, which kind of melted on impact. But with the clouds, our temperatures really didn't go anywhere. We only made it up to 37. We started at 32 during the morning hours. Average highs near 50 for this time of the year. All right, clouds broke up during the evening hours, so now we have clear skies behind this actually pretty intense wave which is developing to our south. This is not going to affect us anymore. We're going to have plenty of clear skies as we go through the rest of the overnight hours. It is going to be cold. We dip back to about 24 degrees. Now, as we go into the weekend, we start to warm things back up. We do have 2 storm systems next week we got to keep our eyes on, even thunderstorms on Tuesday, maybe some Arctic air late next week. So we'll break this all down for you here in just a bit.
All right, see you soon. Joplin residents tonight are making their voices heard about a historic building. Students from Kansas State University collected local input on the future of the Union Depot. Residents were asked to provide ideas on how that historic building could be used to best serve Joplin's needs. The students will take the input and organize it into a presentable document for future use.
Getting the community's input on a project like this is really neat because it means that the community is going to buy into whatever ends up there. You know, they're going to attend what's there because they wanted it. They're going to be part of making whatever that initiative is successful. But kind of the big question is like, what should it be? You know, it's a very unique building in a unique location, and so the community is here tonight, kind of giving us some input on that.
The depot was listed on the National Register of Historic Places as a significant building back in 1973. Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce is giving residents a chance to get to know local businesses. The annual Pittsburgh Business Expo kicked off today with the theme Hollywood Walk of Fame. Businesses could showcase their products and services to members of the community. It was also a learning opportunity for some students. KOAM and our parent company, Morgan Murphy Media, are giving new journalists the opportunity for a year of in-depth training, giving them experience in many different aspects of the newsroom. We're now introducing you to the first group to participate in that program. Amber Jenkins enjoys going to the coffee shop, but not for the coffee.
Can I have a chocolate milkshake? Oh, it's so pretty. I always take a shot of my food before I eat. As a reporter, I love it, as you can see.
Amber was selected for an intensive training program at KOAM designed to advance the skills of promising young journalists.
I remember when I told my mom that, I'm gonna go to Joplin and become a reporter, and she's like, ain't that where they had that huge tornado? And I'm just like, yeah. So much out here. The world is so big.
Amber grew up in North Carolina, and with her first job waiting, she scooped up her feisty little graduation gift and headed to the Midwest.
I thought to myself, wow, little do you know, in a month or so, we're going to move across country, and it's just going to be me and you. It's just like me. He loves the camera.
It was an unlikely journey for Amber becoming a reporter. At age 4, she was diagnosed with a speech impediment, a serious obstacle for a little girl, but Amber's family didn't let it get in the way. Neither did she.
Growing up, I always felt really self-conscious about it because, if you don't say a word right, then that's all people think about. Oh, she can't say this word right, or people think she's dumb or something like that. Even when I'm telling the news, I'm anchoring, I still have flashbacks of my mom and Nana coaching me, like, say it like this, be confident, just be a mom and a Nana. Of course, they're proud of me, but they're also proud of me because they were the ones that was teaching me how to talk. And a staggered dismissal. So
Amber has done a lot of talking on the air since she arrived. She says every story, every moment in front of the camera is another chance to grow.
I'm picking up so many tips. Dow says I'm learning so quickly, but it's because I have so many great examples at the station.
Amber says she'd like to take her passion for reporting back home one day, along with Ghost, of course, and her dream to keep talking for a living.
5-year-old Amber would not think that I'll be talking for my job, so I'm still trying to get better at those slip-ups. I think my story of having had a speech impediment and still becoming a broadcaster just truly shows that confidence, practice, faith really gets you places despite what limitations you have on paper,
You can find more information about our J365 program on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, a Southeast Kansas group announces plans to create a new state park. Plus, how a robotics business in Carl Junction, Missouri is taking part in the Super Bowl. A Southeast Kansas organization announced plans to create a new state park. Iola Industries recently donated $2 million worth of property around Lehigh Portland Trails and Iola Lake to the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks. Today, the organization announced plans to turn it into the Lehigh Portland State Park.
I think they're going to have maybe a visitor center, and they're talking about having rangers here and just a lot of opportunities, fishing and maybe some scuba diving. I don't know what all is going to be here, but it's going to be great.
The area around the lake had been leased to the Iola Elks Club for 40 years until Iola Industries ended that lease at the start of this year. A Carl Junction robotics company is sending some robots to the Super Bowl. Look at this. Stocks Robotics develops STEM education and curriculum products for educational markets in the U.S. Their robots will join singer Jason Derulo and his team as he performs his new song at the Super Bowl.
We're working in conjunction with our customer, which is TLC Creative. They're out of Marina Del Rey, California. They purchased one of our robots to do some development with it, and they work in the entertainment industry. They asked us to help write some programs, bring some more robots out. They had an event.
Stocks Robotics provides robotic packages for law enforcement, agriculture, manufacturing, and other industries. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty is next with a complete look at the forecast. And a little bit later, we're going to meet a 99-year-old Missouri woman with a love for the Chiefs and Travis Kelce.
Well, it's Friday, but it was definitely a cold Friday out there for us today. We had the clouds sticking around all day long. Even had a few rain and snow showers early this morning. Any snow showers that we did pick up, they kind of melted on impact as our temperatures were sitting just above freezing. But you can see our high temperatures a little bit cooler in our southern counties. And then once clouds broke in our northern counties, they made it up into lower 40s. But we are really going to drop off tonight. We're going to drop through the 30s. All the way down into the 20s, so it's definitely going to be a cold night for us tonight. All right, 11 p.m., 29, 24 by 7 a.m. So cold start. You can see plenty of sunshine through the morning, so we do warm up a little bit quickly. Back to about 36 by 10 a.m. But look at the clouds. They broke up through the evening hours. Now we have clear skies. The weak little storm system that passed through late last night is now intensifying to our south. And this is going to actually be a pretty strong storm system once it rolls across the eastern seaboard, but it's not going to affect us anymore. So you can actually see the upper level low. This will track across southeastern parts of the U.S. Here's our next storm system. You can see the little spin right off the coast of California. That guy will start to affect us by Tuesday. Until then, we look pretty good. All right, let's step through your weekend. We're going to stop at about 7 a.m. Cold start, low to mid 20s. Look at the sunshine, plenty of sunshine. Look at the winds. They switch out of the south as we go through the daytime hours, and that's going to help us warm up. Into the 40s by noon. Most of us push 50 during the afternoon, which is a pretty good day. It's not going to be that windy. Here's your day planner, 24 in the morning, 43 at noon. And then highs right around 50. Southerly winds at about 5 to 10. As we go into tomorrow night, not as cold, chilly, but not as cold, upper 20s for overnight lows. And then on Super Bowl Sunday, we are going to get some clouds in here, especially during the afternoon. Those southerly winds are going to increase, but look at our temps. Upper 50s to near 60 degrees, so pretty hard to beat. In fact, if you're heading to a Super Bowl party, we don't have to worry about any rain or snow. Here's Sunday's day planner. Super Bowl Sunday, 3 p.m. 56. The game kicks off at 5:30, so at 6 p.m. 53. We'll drop back by the end of the game to about 45 degrees. Then we are going to start to see some changes next week. All right, still near 60 on Monday, so Monday looks good. Monday night into Tuesday morning, showers, thunderstorms. These don't look strong or severe, but we should get thunderstorms on Tuesday morning. Here's 8 a.m. These clear out late Tuesday, and then another storm system rotates in. Wednesday looks like rain, but as that Arctic air plunges in, we could get some snow on the backside. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on that as we go through next week. But at least the weekend looks great. 51 tomorrow, 57 on Sunday, near 60 on Monday. Of course, Tuesday is Valentine's Day. Don't forget about that. Morning showers and thunderstorms, and then could get a little bit of snow by the time we head into early Thursday morning, and then cooling back down late next week.
Doug, thanks. Still ahead, the Pitt State baseball team hits the field for their first home game of the season. And the Webb City boys aim to knock off one of the best teams in the state. Jacob Leonard has those highlights and more up next.
Well, tonight is a big night for the Webb City Cardinals. The Cardinals are at home facing one of the best teams in the state in a COC showdown against Republic. Now, Republic, 19-2 this season, ranked 6th in the state in Class 6. Early on, Baron Duda pull up 3 for Webb City. He leads the Cards with 14. Then on the inbound pass here, Alex Martin in the lane for the finish. He's also in double figures with 12, but Brinley Hagelwood for Republic kind of did his thing tonight. Hagelwood 3 from the top of the key. Then he's in the lane, fakes and scores. Hagelwood drops 23 to lead Republic tonight. The Tigers beat Webb City in this one 63-50. On Southeast Kansas, the top-ranked Colgan girls aim to stay undefeated tonight on the road against Galena. Early in the first, Lauren Torrance to Lily Brown. Brown finishes and the foul. More from her in just a minute. Freshman Jakayla Davis, pretty good in the first quarter. 3 from the left side. Goes down for Davis. Then driving here, gets in the lane. Pull-up jumper rolls home. Colgan in control of this one pretty much from the start, but tonight it was about Lily Brown. Davis finds Brown here. She turns and knocks down the short jumper, and that right there, career milestone for Lily Brown, 1,000 career points. Timeout to celebrate after. Colgan rolls, and Lily Brown, the newest member of the 1,000 point club.
A lot of credit to all of my teammates. I couldn't have done it without them. You know, they're the ones that see me on the court, so credit goes out to them. Knowing that I was really close, like to begin with. I just wanted to get it fast, you know, just so we could play the rest of the game and know that I was all good. It was really cool, just like having them follow me from my freshman year to see where I am now. It was really cool, and I'm really thankful that they all came out to our game to support us. It means a lot to us and just our whole team in general.
Well, this week is rivalry week for Pitt State and Missouri Southern basketball. The Gorillas host the Lions tomorrow afternoon in their second meeting of the season. On the women's side, it's a battle of 2 of the best in the MIAA. Both teams are 14-4 in the conference. They've already played once. Pitt State won that one 87-79 in Joplin back in early January. In that game, Gorillas shot at 55% from three and out-rebounded the Lions 40-27.
I feel like they probably just had an off night because they've got shooters in every position, and so we know that'll be definitely a strong point of theirs that we'll have to be prepared for. And then of course you got to guard the best guard in the league with Lacey Stokes, and she's just so volatile as far as scoring, and so I know that's coming. And then of course their inside presence with Maddie, having to. Just figure out how to get around her, score. It's one of those things that it's been tough for us in the past. So I'm sure it'll be the battle that everybody's expecting it to be.
The Kansas City Chiefs are less than 48 hours away from playing in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs face the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night in Arizona, looking for their third championship in franchise history. Now, obviously, there are a lot of good players in the game. Mahomes, Hurts, Kelsey, A.J. Brown, the list goes on, but really, this one may be about the big guys. On defense, the Chiefs and Eagles were the top two teams in sacks in the regular season. And offensively, these two O-lines are both in the top 5 in the Pro Football Focus offensive line rankings.
When you get in the playoffs, that combination right there, the O-lines versus the D-lines on both teams, ends up being kind of the thing that wins or loses games. So, and it's magnified every level that you go up, every step of that you move up in the playoffs. And so the Super Bowl, it'll be magnified at the most between those two. And normally, who wins that battle ends up winning the game.
The Pittsburgh State Gorillas play at home this afternoon for the first time this season. The Gorillas play Game 1 of a 4-game weekend series today against the Regis Rangers. Pitt State 2-1 coming into the series. Regis is 3-1. Zach Shoemaker, great start on the mound for PSU. A pair of strikeouts to begin the game. Then with 2 outs, top of the first. Runner trying to steal. Such a perfect throw here from Nixon Brannon. Runners out, Gorillas out of the inning. Then in the second, more from Zach Shoemaker out there on the mound. The Aurora kid goes 6 innings, just gives up just 1 run, 1 hit, and strikes out 6. Bottom second, Connor Locks comes up big for the Gorillas with the bases loaded, yanks it into the left field corner. Dagan Brady scores, Cade Clemens right behind him. Brett Daly makes it all the way around from first. 3-run double for Locks, gets the Gorillas in front. Pitt State goes on to win their home opener over Regis tonight 5-1. The Missouri Southern Lions also on the field today in non-conference action. They're on the road against Delta State. Southern is 5-0 coming into the day, but in this one, except for their first loss of the season 12-6, Henry Kuziak goes 1 for 3 with a home run and a pair of RBIs. So it's already college baseball season. I was out at that Pitt State home opener today against Regis. I didn't want to be out there very long, I'm not going to lie. It was pretty cold still.
It'll warm up soon enough. We'll be right back. At a Super Bowl weekend, we check in with an adamant Chiefs fan. She's 99 years young. Now, back in December, she wrote a letter to Santa declaring all she wanted for Christmas was Travis Kelce. And it's kind of come true, as Joe Hickman reports.
There'll be a lot of great Chiefs fans at the Super Bowl, but 1,300 miles from Glendale, Arizona, at the Hickory Estates Assisted Living Facility in Hermitage, Missouri, you'll find one of the most unique ones. As 99-year-old Martha Bird, along with her friends and family,
how about them Chiefs?
Will be snacking on their Super Bowl treats and watching the game. And even though she's turning 100 in less than 2 months, Martha says if the Chiefs win,
oh, I might get up and dance on the table.
You might remember the story we did on Martha right before Christmas, when residents of the facility were asked to write letters to Santa. And Martha wrote,
Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is Travis Kelce. If you could have him come to my door, I would put on fake eyelashes, lipstick, and rouge. All I would do is stand there and bat my eyes at him. Santa, I hope you can make this happen.
I said he could dance on my side of the porch anytime he wanted to. The other day she was saying something about getting her hair done before we went down to the doctor's office, and I said, oh, you don't have to worry. She goes, yeah, I don't have a boyfriend. I've already got one, Travis.
While Travis hasn't come calling yet,
well, Travis is busy.
Others have, as Martha received several gifts after our story aired, including a framed picture of Kelsey, a sweatshirt, and a life-size Travis Kelce blanket that's turned Martha into Linus from the Peanuts comic strip.
That blanket is probably the most valuable thing that woman has right now. I had a hospital bed in here. When I get up, I put him in my bed. And then whenever I got rid of the hospital bed, I hung him on the wall.
Because of all this attention, Martha has become quite the celebrity around Hermitage. In fact, just yesterday, the Oak Star Bank dropped by with a Valentine's Day card.
And they told her that she was bigger than Facebook.
I'm 99 and anything that anybody does for me is nice. You know, she fell right before Christmas and she bounced back because of this. And I know that's what it is. It's just been a blessing for sure.
Reporting for KY3, I'm Joe Hickman.
99 years old, Martha is.
That's fantastic. I was wondering since we aired that, or since we saw that story the first time, what she was up to. But that's super cool.
Yes, it is. Chiefs are going to be in the Super Bowl in a couple of days.
Yeah, we had a 30-minute Chiefs countdown special that air tomorrow right here on KOAM at 6:30, and then again on Fox 14 tomorrow night at 10. So you got 2 more opportunities to check it out before the big game.
And I'm not going to tell you the results, but among other things, you and Doug Hetty and I make our predictions, not only of who the winner will be, but what the final score will be.
Yeah, I hope a couple of us are right.
And at least one of us is wrong. Yes, exactly. Thanks for joining us. Chiefs this weekend. Let's go. Let's win a Super Bowl and let's make it a great one.